welcome to QUTV News This Week. I'm Kyron Dene. Students are taking the month of April to go without their phones.
And I'm Katie Flynn. A new head coach has won a major award in just her second year with the program.
One of QU's former baseball players got the big call, and that's where we begin today. A former QU baseball player has landed in the major leagues. I took a deeper look at the MLB debut of former QU pitcher Riley Martin.
On the ground, Horner to Swanson, steps on second, on to first.
That was the final two outs of the Major League debut for Chicago Cubs pitcher Riley Martin. Martin pitched at QU for 5 years and in his final season tossed 152 strikeouts. This led to him being the highest drafted player out of Quincy in the 6th round to the Chicago Cubs. Riley pitched a clean inning versus the Tampa Bay Rays, creating a lasting moment for himself and former coaches.
You stepped in the box and you knew he was going to kick your butt, right? Like that was a big part of it. And he knew it, and if he didn't, right, he was going to get you the next time. So, ton of belief in himself, ton of belief in the way he competed, and obviously the guys around him too. So, can't say enough good things.
I'm here in front of QU Stadium, and behind me are pictures some of the best talent that Quincy baseball has to offer. Josh Raby, Josh Kinney, a couple of MLB players, and we'll definitely be seeing Riley Martin here soon to come. Baseball has a rich history at QU. 5 players have reached the major leagues, and it is a testament to the level of talent Quincy produces on the diamond. Seeing a fellow Hawk achieving their dream adds a lot of hope and energy to the current players. Freshman Timothy Williams Jr. speaks to what seeing Hawks in the majors does for him.
For me as a freshman, when you come here and play collegiate baseball or collegiate sport in general, you always hope that you get to the pros, and seeing somebody else that did it wearing a QU jersey just gives an extra level of inspiration to do it.
Riley Martin is the latest example that hard work and dedication can propel you towards your dreams, and that you could go anywhere from QU. Kyron Dene, QUTV News, Quincy.
Everyone here at QUTV would like to wish Riley Martin good luck on the rest of his rookie season. Graduate assistants are playing a major role at Quincy University. They are shaping student success both inside and outside of the classroom. From academics to athletics, their impact can be felt all across campus. QUTV's Lindsay Fisher has more.
A lot of students choose, after getting a bachelor's degree, is to go home, maybe take a gap year, and maybe get a job right outside of college. These students chose to take on a master's degree while still helping out their college community. Graduate assistants at Quincy University are more than just students. They're leaders, mentors, and support systems for the entire campus community. Whether it's assisting administrators or helping out at practices, graduate assistants play a key role in academic and athletic success.
What I like most about being a GA is being able to support our students on campus, whether that's mentally, academically, whatever they need. I love being a support system for them.
On the field or in the gym, graduate assistants are also making an impact in athletics, coaching, organizing practices, and supporting student athletes. Many graduate assistants on sport teams help with big loads coaches can't take on. They're always there to pick up an extra task while the coach can focus on other things.
Why I wanted to be a JA is just to give back to what I got from basketball. I mean, I've gotten 2 degrees from playing the game of basketball, and I've gotten so many friends and mentors just from playing over the past 20 years, and I just feel like I owed it back to the game to kind of give back my knowledge.
By balancing leadership, service, and their own education, graduate assistants are helping build a stronger, more supportive campus environment. Here at Quincy University, the GA experience not only helps the graduate student, it also prepares them for their future careers. Lindsay Fisher, QUTV News, Quincy.
If you're interested in getting a master's degree, consider being a graduate assistant.
Quincy University students are being encouraged to unplug and focus on their well-being this month. QUTV's Freya Hansen reports on a new digital detox challenge.
QU students are now invited to take part in the April Digital Detox Challenge, where participants complete 7 mini challenges designed to reduce screen time and build healthier habits. And for students like Nana Lobachinetse, that means better sleep at night and better performance on the court.
I signed up for the mental health challenge because I think that as student athletes, it's important we're aware of how much time we spend on our phones, especially at night, because our phones have red light. It can mess with our sleep, which can lead to poor recovery and focus during our classes. And I think that it can mess also with our productivity because it can make our attention more broad. And I think that being aware of that can help us perform better in class and on the court.
So something that can really reduce stress and enhance productivity is going for a walk, or even just sitting at lunch without your phone so you're not that isolated and actually are talking with friends. So now I'm gonna go for that walk.
I think it's a great challenge for students to connect more with one another. I mean, there's a lot of people on this campus, and just kind of, I don't know, especially like during like lunchtime or when everybody's like in the cafeteria, a lot of people are just kind of like zoned in on their phones. I feel like it's a good opportunity to kind of talk to people and, I don't know, invest in other people's lives. And I feel like social media is just rotting our brains so much to the point of, you know, our attention spans decreasing and just overall having a negative impact in our lives. So I think it's a great challenge.
So we thought it would be a good opportunity in April to focus on detoxing from that, and so that you're able to kind of not only self-monitor a little bit about how much time you spend on a screen, but also encourage you to like think outside the box and spend time doing other things that might be more grounding and bring you back out into the world again. So
Organizers hope the challenge will inspire long-term habits that improve focus, reduce stress, and promote overall well-being. Freya Hansen, QUTV News, Quincy.
Students can sign up now using the April Wellness Challenge form through their email and start their journey towards better balance. With Quincy University being a small school, students spend time on 2 campuses and get to know every corner. But there are some forbidden places at QU that you may just not know about. QUTV's Jasmine Hopkins finds them for us.
Hey guys, I'm Jasmine Hopkins, and today, me and my adventure crew are on our way to explore campus and all of the deep reaches that it may or may not have to hold. So join us today on our safari into the unknown.
I would like to preface this video by saying some of these places are under lock and key and you need permission to go. That is why we have the pleasure of Olivia from Security to give us an insider peek. Today we start in Francis, up at the very top in the attic. Siobhan Rogers takes the lead on this expedition, discovering some interesting things along the way. Here's her take on the highest tower of Francis.
The clock tower. I thought it was the coolest thing to see. Like just the adventure to get up there. We had to go through a whole bunch of stairs and everything, and there was this really cool like orangish room with glass, like the glass frames coming in with the sun, so that was really pretty on the way up, and it was just really cool to be up there, just like seeing the view and everything. We saw a live squirrel and I thought it was a rat. That was actually terrifying. I screamed a little bit. I figured it out and I was just, it's fine. I took a deep breath. It's how adventures are. You're gonna find things.
We work our way down from there to the chapel, specifically behind the organ. Here's a peek. At the lowest level of Francis, we take a look at the theater. We go backstage, specifically to the dressing rooms and costume room. There's a treasure room of costumes back here. These costumes have been hidden away for a long time. What surprised us is in one of the dressing rooms there was a staircase. Up that staircase it eventually led to behind the chapel. After the QU Theater, we make our way to Cupertine Hall. Here, it is just a bunch of abandoned offices and some old pictures. Here are some of our favorites. In the bottom, it's old art storage. Here are some of the fun discoveries that we found. Next, we make our way to Gardner Hall. To the top floor is the balcony, hidden behind a curtain. We take a look before heading to North Campus. Here is a content warning for taxidermy animals. Prepare accordingly. At the top floor of North Campus, the science department keeps a bunch of taxidermied animals and specimens for their science department.
There were places where like you could tell that we haven't, like, nobody's been in for like thousands of years. It almost feels like things are like dusty and abandoned, and we saw a TV that was box shaped. It was really fun. Actually, I didn't really know what was going to happen. I thought we were just going to like find a few places, but we actually explored a lot more places than we hadn't thought of. And yeah, so we found like the craziest places, like so cool.
Thank you for joining my team and I on our expedition through campus and North Campus. Jasmine Hopkins, QUTV, Quincy.
This is Siobhan. Forbidden places on campus is by permission only, and you need an escort from security.
$1 million worth of your favorite childhood toys were stolen this week.
Stick around to find out what piece of your childhood got stolen.
Now to national news. FBI agents raid a Houston area home connected to the Molotov cocktail attack on Sam Altman's San Francisco house. FBI agents raided a suburban Houston home Monday in connection to an attack on Sam Altman's house. The home agent search may have some connection to a 20-year-old suspect who police arrested Saturday. That happened in San Francisco a day after someone threw a Molotov cocktail at an OpenAI CEO's house early Friday morning. Police there say the suspect previously threatened to burn down OpenAI's headquarters. No federal charges have been filed. Investigators are still working to uncover a motive.
3 men are accused of stealing $1 million worth of a favorite childhood toy. 3 men are charged with stealing an estimated $1 million worth of Legos. That's after a suspicious vehicle report led to arrest about 100 miles north of Los Angeles. The Kern County Sheriff's Office alleges 2 freight trailers involved were stolen too. The suspects are charged with possession of a stolen vehicle as well as cargo theft.
A barn roof collapsed and emergency crews had to respond in Wisconsin on Monday. Emergency crews rushed to the scene after a barn roof suddenly gave way. Officials say people were inside the structure at the time of the collapse, though it's still unclear if anyone was injured. First responders worked quickly to assess the situation and secure the area. No word yet on what may have caused the collapse. Authorities say the incident remains under investigation. It has been a week full of sun and rain.
Yes, it has been a switch between rain jackets and shorts. Stay tuned for weather with Lindsay Fisher. Lindsay, is the cold weather finally gone for good?
Yeah, Lindsay, what's going on? And are the April showers here to stay?
Well, this week, guys, it looks like it's pretty nice, and the showers are going to stay away just for at least one more week. Let's take a look. So in April, you never know if you're going to wake up and you're either going to see sun or you're going to see storms. And it looks like this weekend, it's going to be pretty windy and pretty chilly compared to this nice week. And then during this Midwest spring season, we always get pretty sweaty, so it is sweaty season. Today we have a high of 78 and a low of 58. Our average high is usually around 64 and our average low is around 43. In 2002, which is right before I was born, which shows my age, we had a high of 88. And then in 1926, we had a low of 24. It's a little too chilly for April. Like I said, today we have a high of 78, beautiful outside. Beautiful day to take a walk, go out, hang on Friars Field. And then tonight it drops down to 58, which isn't too bad for a spring night. And then tomorrow looks like we have another beautiful day as well, a high of 83, which if you play baseball, softball, that's baseball and softball weather, so have fun at practice tomorrow. Might be a little sweaty. And then looks like this weekend we're looking at 86 on Friday, which absolutely beautiful. Really excited to get out there to lead the weekend off. And then looks like Friday evening we're going to drop down to 42, which kind of subtle foreshadows the next day, which is 58 degrees, which is a little chilly for me after this nice week. So I'm going to step out and I'll have you take a look at your 7-day forecast here. Like I said, it's a beautiful week this week in the 80s, and then we start going to those 70s, and then this weekend it drops down pretty low temps. So I like the nice week this week, but then the chilly weather I would like to stay away from. And that's what we have in store for your forecast.
Thank you, Lindsay. The Hawks seem to do a little better this week.
Let's see what Grant Owen has for us on sports after the break. The Hawks had a couple of senior days this past weekend.
I heard there's a Coach of the Year on campus.
Yeah, you guys are absolutely right. The Hawks had a good weekend. They ended up splitting the weekend with most teams splitting their matchups. Let's talk about that. And first, men's volleyball. The Hawks took on the Miners from Rolla, Missouri. There's not much to be said about the first game of this match. The Miners started hot and finished hot, taking this match 3-0. On Saturday, the teams met again, this time for Senior Day, where the 6 seniors were honored. The Hawks took the first set and looked to keep it rolling, but the Miners took the next 3 sets straight, winning 3-1. The Hawks look to get back on track for the final 2 games of the season on the road against SBU Bearcats. Now going from the court to the field, last Tuesday the Hawks traveled to Maryville University to play against the Saints in a pitcher's duel. The Hawks took this one by a score of 5-1 with a stellar opening performance from Ryan Sell. Over the weekend, the Hawks looked to keep the bats rolling against the SBU Bearcats. They ended up splitting this with the Bearcats after winning the first 2 games of the series by a wide margin. First 2 games for the Hawks, the bats were rolling. 3 home runs and 7 doubles. And in Game 2, Cade Ruffner pitched lights out with 6 innings pitched and 8 strikeouts. The Hawks bats would quiet down as they were going to lose the last 2 games of the series, including senior night. The team will travel to William Jewell for the Battle of the Birds. The softball team split the weekend as well against SBU. The first game, the Hawks lost 6-3. Kenzie Moss and Haley Winter both went deep in the loss and provided the only offense in the game for the Hawks. But a couple hours later, the bats woke up and the Hawks won 9-4 with home runs from Kenzie Moss again and a no-doubt home run from QUTV's own Lindsey Fisher. Haley Martin would go on to throw a complete game with 6 strikeouts in the win. The Hawks will play Drury University in Springfield and then travel to Rolla to play the Miners. Women's lacrosse played a nationally ranked team from Rockhurst University in the Battle of the Hawks. The game would be close, but the Rockhurst Hawks would eventually pull away 16-13. Then on Sunday, the Hawks took on the William Jewell Cardinals and won that game by a score of 14-7. The Hawks play next against number 10 Maryville this Friday in St. Louis. We have a new GLVC Coach of the Year to celebrate at Quincy University. The KU stunt team has a lot to be proud of this season. 5 women received all-conference honorable mention, and the team got the overall sportsmanship award. Taking home the largest award this year was the woman who helped create this strong and successful team.
To be recognized was a real acknowledgement of the progress that we've made as a team, and also truly, I think it's unique in the sport of stunt how supportive the Coaches Network is. I'm, from not a top-seeded program. I'm coaching a program from the very bottom all the way up, and that recognition meant a lot to me. I was obviously surprised, but it meant a lot to me to feel like the work I'm doing and the growth we're doing here at Quincy is seen.
With the season just being the second year of the stunt, it is clear that there will be even more to celebrate in the near future. Shoemaker says that she is going to take this award and use it to continue building the program and improve even more next season. Keep an eye out for an updated schedule for the stunt team's 2026-2027 season. And that's all we have for sports.
Thank you, Grant. I heard you and a teammate had a really fun experience recently.
Stay tuned to learn more about this fun adventure.
I got to go back to the NCAA swim meet to cover Quincy's 2 athletes. Let's take a look at my experience. NCAA was full of early mornings, learning, and having fun, and not to mention many, many energy drinks. We spent most of our time at the pool, on deck recording, taking pictures, and getting content for social media and assignments. When we first got there, we planned out how we wanted to shoot our interviews, our B-roll, and recorded the swimmers warming up and eventually their races. Throughout the day, we got to see how coaches react to the races and see them breaking it down with the swimmer post-race, as well as what coaches spend their time doing in between events.
Ooh, not a great throw, but it's fine. We'll see if I catch it. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir!
I learned a lot from this experience, mainly with what job fields I want to go into. I talked to multiple SIDs and GAs just about like photography, going into more of the SID or athletic director position as well. And I just made a lot of connections this past weekend, and it's helped my confidence a lot as well.
My experience was pretty great. I had fun. I learned a lot about jobs I might want to go into in the future. I'd like to show my skills. I like to have fun while supporting my teammates, but also being professional and taking videos and just having fun and in these kind of environments. It was a great experience. I learned a lot, and yeah.
After the session ended, we grabbed our post-race interviews from the swimmers and the coaches, found a spot in the media room, and started to go over all the content we gathered. And after we finished all that, we packed up and got ready to do it all again the next day. Grant Owen, QUTV News, Evansville. For me, Nashville was a great time. What was your favorite memory as an athlete?
I would say just being on the bus with my teammates and just having a lot of fun on away trips is probably my favorite memory.
I think for me, just getting to go to the conference tournament this year and playing with all my teammates and then going overtime with the team that won was just really special for us.
For me, I would have to say maybe breaking the sack record, single game sack record for sprint football here at Quincy. That was definitely very powerful for me. And that's all we have for you today. Thank you for watching QUTV News this week. For more stories like these, be sure to check out QUmedia.net and our social media platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. Have a great day.